Assalamu alaikum. Dear community, Ami Kaji Huda, as a Chief Coordinator of Shoohid Minar Committee, সকলের অবগতির জন্য জানাচ্ছি যে গত 3রা নভেম্বর 2010 বোর্ড অফ রিক্রিয়েশন অ্যান্ড পার্ক কমিশনস লস অ্যাঞ্জেলেস এক বৈঠকে শ্যাটো রিক্রিয়েশন সেন্টারে ইনস্টলেশন অফ প্লাগ টু কমেমোরেট ইন্টারন্যাশনাল মাদার্স ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ ডে অনুমোদন করেছে। এই প্রথম আমেরিকায় 21কে কেন্দ্র করে অফিশিয়ালি শহীদ মিনার বিষয়ক রেকগনিশন হলো। লিটল বাংলাদেশের পর 21-এর উপর রেকগনিশন অপর একটি পাওয়া। এখানে উল্লেখযোগ্য যে আমরা শহীদ মিনার কমিটি সিটি অফ লস অ্যাঞ্জেলেস একটি পূর্ণাঙ্গ শহীদ মিনার নির্মাণের জন্য আবেদন করেছিলাম। চূড়ান্ত পর্যায়ে যাওয়ার পর কর্তৃপক্ষ শ্যাটোতে পর্যাপ্ত জায়গার অভাব হেতু আবেদনপত্র বাতিল করে দেয়, কিন্তু বিকল্পতায় শ্যাটোতে ইনস্টলেশন অফ প্লাগের প্রস্তাব প্রদান করে। বোর্ড অফ কমিশনের সামনে সিটি অফ লস অ্যাঞ্জেলেস রেকগনিশন অ্যান্ড পার্কের সিটি প্ল্যানিং অ্যাসোসিয়েট মিস মেলেন্ডা রিপোর্টে উল্লেখ করেন যে in 2009 the department received a proposal from the Shoohid Minar committee to erect an international mother's language monument at Chateau Center. After a lengthy review process, department determined that the proposed monument is not an appropriate use of the limited open space at Chateau Recreation Center. At that time, staff recommended that a plug is the appropriate compromise. 3রা নভেম্বর অধিবেশনে পার্ক অ্যান্ড রিক্রিয়েশন কমিশন অ্যাপ্রুভ করেছে প্লাগ প্রপোজাল। Commissioner meeting footage we will show after my report, and we will attach the report summary including plug information. This is not the end. It is the beginning. Due to space in the chateau, we got alternative project, but we will continue our mission for Shoohid Minar project, different area or different place in Los Angeles. Ladies and gentlemen, for your awareness, some people misleading to the community, our attachment documents will verify them or that. We believe whatever we achieved at this moment, first time, is an introductory act of Shoohid Minar concept and recognition of International Mother's Language Day in America. With this project, we can promote awareness of linguistic and cultural diversity and multilingualism. প্রবাসী কমিউনিটির কাছে আহ্বান, এই ব্রতে ইন্টারন্যাশনাল মাদার্স ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ প্রজেক্টকে সকল বিভেদের ঊর্ধ্বে রেখে যারা অংশগ্রহণ করতে চান তারা সকলেই স্বাগতম। শান্তি শান্তি শান্তি। What is plug proposal? প্লাগ প্রপোজালটা হচ্ছে আপনারা যে একটা ফ্ল্যাট দেখছেন, এটা একটা ব্রোঞ্জের প্লেটের উপরে এই শহীদ মিনারের ছবিটা আর এই কথাগুলো লেখা থাকবে। আমি কথাগুলো আপনাদের পড়ে শোনাচ্ছি, এবং এইটা একটা বৃহৎ আকৃতি এই স্টোন বা বোল্ডারের উপরে রাখা থাকবে, যেখান থেকে পথচারীরা এই 21 সম্পর্কে জানতে পারে। ইন্টারন্যাশনাল মাদার্স ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ মনুমেন্ট লেখা আছে উপরে, তারপরে আছে শহীদ মিনারের ছবি, তারপরে আছে যে the United Nations Organization UNO declared February 21st as the International Mother's Language Day in 1999. The Bangladesh government made the official proposal to the UNESCO in 1999, which was seconded by the large number of countries. Then on November 17th, 1999, the UNO adopted the resolution and officially declared the February 21st as the International Mother's Language Day. With this declaration, February 21st became the day of celebration for all the people of the world who share the pride, honor, and love for their mother languages. As symbolized by this the Shoohid Minar, the historical background of this special day is the sacrifice and defending of the mother language of the people of Bangladesh then East Pakistan on February 21st, 1952. City of Los Angeles Department of Recreation and Parks, Chateau Recreation Center, 2010.
Department of Recreation and Parks.
We received a request from the local community to install actually a monument at Chateau in 2009, but after a pretty lengthy review determined that that would be not an appropriate use of the limited space we have at Chateau, and suggested and said that perhaps a plaque would be a more appropriate compromise. So they returned to us a bit later with a proposed plaque, an exhibit with showing the plaque is included in the report, and that would be installed on a boulder in a very underutilized portion of the park, which is a lawn area in front of the recreation center that is currently not really used for anything.
Has this followed our procedure that we adopted for putting plaques in? I thought things were supposed to come here first and back to the community and so on and so forth. We have a set procedure on this. I know Mike is an expert on it, Mike's back there. Mike, I'm wondering whether this has followed our procedure that we adopted for doing plaques in parks, where we're trying to limit them. I appreciate that we took this from a monument down to a plaque. That's the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, it's challenging for staff because it's of the direction that some of these take and how they get legs, and before we get a chance to really vet them. There was support for this. I don't know that this particular plaque is indifferent to, what our policy is.
Well, it's certainly never indifferent to our policy. Part of the issue is because the original proposal came to us so long ago, and there was negotiations happening perhaps about the same time that the policy was being implemented. However, the superintendent at the time did kind of have a verbal agreement with the applicants that a plaque would be an appropriate compromise, and it moved forward under that direction.
In this particular one, I mean, plaques such as this, we didn't see them as in any conflict with, fundraising abilities or things like that. That, this wouldn't prevent anything in that park from falling underneath the board's policy of naming or, generating any sort of revenue from those things. So it's a fine line that we walk on these different plaques, but was our thought process as we went through this.
We really need a policy that can be made to work in the real world. That's the problem I've got. And I understand the problem of the community getting ahead and then someone making commitments without coming here, and then it's presented to us and we're presented a fait accompli. We may be for it. I mean, I'm not making any comment on international mother language or any of that. I'm just saying, in terms of our process, we're presented questions to which we're only allowed one answer. That gives me a problem. We try to find a process that would obviate the problem. But this hasn't followed that process. Now, to some degree, Melinda, I know you may be right that this started down the path before we actually finalized our process, which would make this distinguishable, at least, from the next case. Right. But I don't know how we get the word out to all our people all around the field that for the next case that they shouldn't be making commitments that we haven't made, or else we're left with no choice but to say yes.
I think what we can do is we can send a memo out to all the employees and let them know that, first of all, it's beyond their authority as far as to make any promises to any group, and that there is a policy, a board policy, and we can attach that policy as well.
That would help. Other questions? Thank you.
This happens at these conferences. We meet a lot of people. Mike Schull was just talking to Tiny Tykes. I always get them wrong. Tiny
Little Tykes.
Mike always goes talking to Tiny Tykes.
little Tykes. And Mike, why don't you tell them what they offered for this?
Just released for the conference, and the professionals there from Little Tykes generously offered to donate that equipment to